So thank you everybody for coming along here tonight. Really appreciate your time for one of our Travel Tribe lifestyle events. For those of you who I don't know, my name is Jo Ross and I'm the founder of Travel Tribe. Now, this actually came into being just over 2 years ago now, when I was working in my family daycare business, which I absolutely loved. But at the same time, my hubby and I, we love to travel. Absolutely love traveling. There's nothing like it. It's what we live for. And we dreamed of being able to go on an endless trip, a trip around Australia in our caravan with no end date in mind. But of course, we didn't really see a way financially that we could make that happen. And then I saw a post on Facebook. It was a post from a lady who was also doing family daycare about how she was able to close down her business because she'd started an online side business that had grown and was now out earning her traditional business. So I sent her a message and I said, hey, can I ask what it is that you're up to? She sent me some information to watch, which is what you're going to see here tonight. And I jumped into this business. Being a breast cancer survivor, I'm actually really, really passionate about health, about looking after myself, both in my, with what I eat and how I look after myself, but also the way I look after my mind, the amount of stress, the amount of, what I sort of spend my time doing, all of that really does contribute to our overall health. And that's been really, really important to me. So when I saw the information that you're going to see here tonight, it really resonated with me. I knew that what, we get in our daily lives isn't good enough. Even those of us who try really, really hard, like I was, juicing and eating as alkaline as I possibly can, it just wasn't going to be enough to make sure I stay around on this planet for as long as possible. So that's why I really, really love our whole program, our products, and everything that this business provides. And so I created Travel Tribe. Within 6 months of starting this online business, I was able to close down my family daycare. My hubby and I were able to sell up our house up in Queensland, get our great big caravan, and we've been traveling Australia ever since. We got down here to cold and wet Tasmania at the moment and found our beautiful little beach cottage right on the beach, fell in love with it, and so we've bought that and set it up as a home base. And we're looking forward to continuing our travels in September. We're jumping back in the caravan. So this business has given us an absolutely incredible life, and it's all based around helping other people, which is just the best feeling ever. So what I'd like to do now is introduce one of our beautiful Travel Tribe members who's going to tell you all about our products and our program. Melissa, could you take yourself off mute for me, please? Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Jo. How are you?
Good, thank you. So could you introduce our products and our program for us, please?
Certainly can. So Juice Plus is based around whole foods. So what we have is fruit, vegetables and berries in a capsule. Basically, in our berries capsules, we have grape, raspberry, bilberry, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, blackcurrant, blackberry, elderberry, artichoke and cacao. So for instance, in our vegetables, we have carrot, cabbage, kale, broccoli, beet, tomato, spinach and parsley. In our fruits, we've got apple, pineapple, cranberry, papaya, beets, dates and cherry. So we only have these, their labels are exactly that. They're just foods, they're whole foods. And they're recognised by the TGA of Australia, so the Therapeutic Goods of Australia. They actually have recognised our products as whole foods. Now, when I first come across Juice Plus, I was like, wow, that's the whole concept of that is amazing because, as we know, we're supposed to get 5 fruits, 2 veggies a day. But the World Health Organization recommends 7 to 13 servings. Now, for me personally, I was even struggling with my 5 and 2. To get 7 to 13, that was just impossible. So pretty much when I found these products, I was like, wow, that's amazing. That, it just takes the stress out of everything. If I could get 27 fruits and vegetables a day, that's fantastic. So looking into it, I was like, well, how exactly do we get 27 fruits and vegetables into these capsules? So with further investigation, what they do, Juice Plus has farms in America, and they're basically third generation. So these farms are non-GMO, pesticide, herbicide free. The soils that the produce is grown in is full of nutrients. It's probably the best soil you would find in the world. Then what they do, they actually let the produce ripen. So unlike what you find in our supermarkets, which is picked early, usually it's gassed or just left in the cool room to ripen, this produce is left on the vine to ripen to its full peak of ripeness. So it contains full nutrition. Then the farmers do the harvesting, they take it to the plant where it's processed, and everything, say you have an orange, the whole orange is actually put into the process. So the seeds, the peel, which, that's where the massive vitamin C content is, the pulp, everything is pulped and it's juiced, and then it's dehydrated at a very low temperature. Now the sugars, they evaporate out, and the sugars are fermented out and the water evaporates out. So basically then you're just left with a powder. Guys at the plant then encapsulate that powder into a little capsule which is made out of tapioca starch. So it's just like that. Now, that tapioca starch capsule, and that's actually vegan as well. Studies have been done. There's been over 35 medical reviewed studies done on these. So that produce that's been dried in the capsule is actually still live enzymes. Now, what the studies have shown is that the live enzymes, when you ingest it, it is absorbed straight into the bloodstream. So it's bioavailable to our bodies. So we actually absorb it into our cells, into our blood system, and pretty much straight away are getting the nutrients. Unlike a lot of synthetic products that you buy out of the supermarkets or the chemists, they're actually a synthetic compound, and a lot of people find that they will have the yellow piece or the disco weed from the synthetics. This, you won't get that because it's just a food, bioavailable into the bloodstream, and your body recognises it as a food. So we also have, with them come our kids' products. Sorry, my throat's a bit tickly tonight. We have our kids' products. So basically, these are the same. So that's 27 fruits, vegetables, and berries. And then we have 17 fruits and vegetables. And what they made, so our company has invested a lot of money into actually not just making it a product for ourselves, so for the parents, but also they're investing in making a product for children. So the company, I'm going to have a drink of water.
You need a chew, Mel.
I do, I'll have one. They're good. So the company's actually invested a lot of money into developing these products for the kids. So they've taken the same dehydrated material and they've mixed it with some tapioca starch and pectin, so you get a little chew. Now these are delicious for kids, and it's allowing families to have 17 fruits and vegetables into a child's daily diet, and for free. So the company's invested all this money to give the product free. I'm so sorry. To give product free. And in turn, the families who are on these we have a program called Healthy Starts. And with that, the children get their product for free, and you have to just fill out a survey. So they're accumulating all this evidence, all this material, like sorry, Joe.
You're all right.
I've had a tickly throat all day.
And it always gets worse if you're nervous. You're right.
Anyway.
Do you want me to take over?
I'm going to need you to take over.
Don't want you to choke. You're right.
Coffee. Yeah.
Do you want me to jump in?
Yeah, sorry.
You're crying.
Yeah.
You're all right.
Sorry.
That's all right. You were doing so awesome. So yeah, like Mel was saying, luckily I have mine here because I was eating these before. So the chews are amazing, and they do come for free, and they come for free for 4 years for all families, because as Mel said, we've got the Healthy Starts for Families program. So our company's been giving these away for over 10 years, and we've actually done the world's largest observational child's health study. So the information that they have gathered from this study is incredible. Kids who are taking Juice Plus are on less medication. They have less days off school sick. They go to the doctor less. They drink more water. They eat more veggies. Their digestion is better. And we have a whole ream of other information that has come through. So it is incredible, the fact that your child can be on less prescription medication from eating what they think is a lolly, but is actually 17 different fruits and veggies, and they get it free. So we're pretty proud of the fact that our company is so invested. We're also so invested in looking after, well, especially children. We actually have a couple of different programs that we sponsor. So we sponsor about 6 different Aboriginal communities around Australia and one in New Zealand, where we actually have a breakfast club. We actually give our products completely free, the chews and the shakes that I'll talk about in a minute, free to all school children, because we understand how incredibly vital it is to get that nutrition into our young ones. It affects absolutely everything, and it affects their whole life moving forward. So we actually sponsor quite a few schools, and we have bush tucker gardens along with breakfast clubs, so that kids aren't going to school on empty bellies, and they're getting that absolute incredible nutrition. So we're pretty proud of what we're doing. We're also very heavily involved in the St. Jude Hospital over in America, which actually provides free care for all children and their families. So, we're one of the largest sponsors of the St. Jude Hospital. So pretty proud of the fact that we get to contribute so much back into the community and into families' lives, and really do make a difference. So those shakes that I was talking about, let me see. Oh, I've got some. Yep, those shakes. These are amazing. This is my absolute go-to. So what is in here? These are actually a vegan veggie protein. So you've got soy protein, chickpea powder, pea protein, rice protein. You've got broccoli sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, radish sprouts, aramath, quinoa, millet, pumpkin, pomegranate, spirulina, yucca, mushroom. Now, I don't know about you, but I couldn't eat all of that in a day if I tried. And I'm pretty good at eating my veggies, but I have one of these every single morning. I have a chocolate one, mix it with water and ice and turn it into a chocolate frappe. My hubby loves the vanilla. He mixes it with frozen fruit, and he's been a plasterer. So, he burns a lot of energy doing that hard work, and he used to have one of those for breakfast, and it would get him all the way through to lunch. So these are fantastic. We don't sell them as a meal replacement, but if you're like me and you're a breakfast skipper, or if you're looking for a low calorie snack in between meals, if you're going to reach for the Mars bar, the packet of chips, the hamburger, something that isn't serving you health wise, this is incredible. Has all of those veggies and less sugar than half a banana. On top of that, it's actually chockers full of all your vitamins, but especially your B vitamins and your niacin. Now, niacin is actually a natural mood enhancer. It's what they use as a basis for all of the synthetic anti-anxiety and anti-depressant medication. So we have some incredible testimonials, because Juice Plus has actually been around for over 40 years, and it's been in Australia for 20 years this year. It's our 20-year anniversary. And during that time, the stories that we have from people who've been able to add this into their diet, the changes it has made for them is incredible. So we're going to hear some of those stories very shortly. And the very last product that we have is our omegas. So we have a vegan omega blend, finally, which is so fantastic because so many people out there have had an adverse reaction to fish oil or krill oil or things along those lines. So whether you can't stand the taste, whether you don't like the fact that our oceans are so very polluted, or that we're fish farming to get a lot of that, those omegas from the fish. And the fact is that fish don't actually make omegas. They get the omegas from the algae they eat. So Juice Plus came up with the idea of, hey, instead of killing the fish to squeeze the omegas out of them, why don't we just go to the source of the omega itself, which is the algae? And that's what they've done. So these little babies have been actually over 10 years in the making. It has taken so long because of the science has gone into this. So we now have algae farms. And what's in here is omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And it comes from the algae, from pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, sea buckthorn, tomato seed oil, and safflower oil. Instead of that yucky fishy taste, it tastes like orange. And again, even the capsule is made from tapioca, and they actually freeze seal the capsule. So a lot of times when you're buying omega oils, the capsule itself is heat treated to such a high temperature, it's actually making the oil rancid. So before you even buy it, it's rancid. Whereas this is freeze treated, which means none of the omegas are damaged whatsoever, and it's perfectly safe to keep. So this is definitely a much better way to get those essential fatty acids. And the research from people who've been able to add omegas into their diet is amazing. It's so good for brain health, for heart health, for eye health. It's been proven to reduce cholesterol, and we've got some incredible stories coming out around joint health as well. So if you're somebody who suffers with aches and pains, omegas are absolutely vital. So that's a little bit about our products. What I'd like to do now is shoot on over to Vicky. Vicky's going to share with us tonight. Where are you? There you are. Hello.
Hi.
So would you mind sharing with us, please, how long have you been taking the Juice Plus products for, and what's been your story with them?
I would love to share. We've in this household been using the products for around 18 or 19 months now. It was January last year when we had them introduced to our life. And obviously I'm in the business as well, but the products have been amazing for us. We all take them. My son, I'm also a teacher. My son and I, my son's 11, and neither of us have had a day off work or school, sick with a cold or a flu or a tummy bug or gastro or anything in that entire time, which has been amazing because we're around the same germy children every day with their coughs and snotty noses. So that's pretty amazing. The main that's pretty much the main thing that I would say is the most dramatic thing in our household, because we don't have a lot of health issues in our house, like dramatic health issues. But also for me, I've never been one to have nails at all, and my hair would sort of reach a certain length, about shoulder length, and then it seemed to stop, or it was growing 0.5 millimeter a year. And on the products, on the capsules, and we have the shakes too, my hair grew so long, so quickly for me that it was pretty amazing. Obviously I've chopped it all off now, which I regret, but it'll grow back faster because of the capsules. That's okay. But yeah, they've been amazing for us. They've also, I'm a chronic sinusitis sufferer, have been for about 2 decades. And I have a big fear of surgery. I could have had this fixed 20 years ago, and I've avoided surgery just out of a fear of anesthetics. And but I have noticed, or it took me a little while to realise that instead of getting a chronic sinus infection probably every 3 or 4 weeks, which was like debilitating headaches and just enormous brain fog, which isn't great when you're trying to teach classes, that it would I hadn't had one. It was probably I was having one maybe every 3 months, which was great. So that's a major thing for me. We've recently introduced the Omegas into our house. Now I got these specifically for my partner who has he trains as an athlete, as an adventure racer, and he's had on and off his whole life chronic knee pain, but it comes and goes. But Ed has come back in the last couple of months to the point where he's found it's a completely different pain and it's probably going to need some sort of surgery. And I went, oh, let's try these Omegas. So he's been taking them probably about a week. Now, I don't know how magic they are, Joe, but he's not got any knee pain at the moment. So this, I don't know if that's a placebo effect or or it's not, but we are pretty amazed and we're pretty happy to keep going. Like, he's going to be my guinea pig for the Omegas.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. So we can't wait. And just quickly on the shakes, our 4-month supply never lasts 4 months. We love them too much here. We got our new supply last week and it was like a long wait, and we used 3 in one day, and I'm going, oh, they're just not going to last 4 months again.
Yep,
we
it's
love
a
them.
problem. Yeah,
So,
it's a quality problem.
yeah, it's a quality first world problem. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing. It's amazing
No
because
worries.
my hubby has a bad knee as well, and he's been. We got the Omegas. We were a bit lucky. We got them over a year ago, and same thing. He was struggling to walk around the block without that, and now he can walk 6 k's a day, no worries at all. Next day, get up and go for a bike ride, no pain. And
well, that's what we're hoping.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let us know. Keep us tuned in and let us know how it goes.
Oh, I definitely will. Yeah, I'm actually really excited about being able to write an amazing testimony about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
No worries.
All right. Connie, would you mind taking yourself off mute for me? Good evening. How are you?
Did I do that right? Okay.
Yes, you did. So, Connie, would you mind sharing with us?
Watching myself.
It is. You do get used to it after a little while. Look at the others up the top.
All I can see is me.
Oh,
that's all right, because I've got it on my phone.
So, would you mind letting us know how long have you been taking Juice Plus for, and what's been your experience?
Okay, so I've been taking Juice Plus for just over a year. I started with the premiums, and then my husband started a month later. I introduced the shakes about halfway through the year, as well as the Omegas. Juice Plus basically changed my whole world. It gave me hope for the future, because I was a chronic fatigue sufferer and had lots of anxiety. This all came about from some dramas that we had in our life over a short period of time. And we really thought that we'd broken a mirror. That's 5 years where our house burnt down. We lost 4 relatives. Experienced an ugly extended family breakdown. And all this just took a toll on me, so I ended up going down really fast. Before Juice Plus, I experienced chronic fatigue and anxiety, as I said before, pretty much every day. Because I work in a busy holistic medical clinic. I thought being around holistic practitioners was the only way I was ever going to get better. So I was having vitamin B injection on a regular basis, and I had an array of supplementation that I've had at my fingertips. I was basically a regular guinea pig. I should have signed up for research trials. I also had osteopath appointments, acupuncture and massage appointments, just to get myself through the week. With just constant fatigue and crazy work hours, I thought it was going to clash with my job, basically. But then I thought, if I leave my job, then how am I going to pay for all the supplements and the therapies? It just sort of spiraled a little bit out of control. Then came along Juice Plus. Becky, my daughter, she introduced me to Juice Plus and said, why don't you try this, Mum, and see if that works for you. After 2 weeks, I noticed some clarity. I've got low battery. Okay, you want to check that better? Okay, I'm back again. After 2 weeks, I was just feeling better, a little bit better. After a month, everything pretty much changed. I felt better at work. My boss noticed the difference. Mal noticed the difference. So he then said, he wondered whether it would give him a little bit of energy because while I was going through the chronic fatigue, he then had the added burden of being my rock. So it really never phased either of us to trial something new because the product really just made so much sense. My passion has always been that the food heals the body, and the fruit, veggies and berries then basically restored my cellular function, which Melissa explained really well. The product is bioavailable, so it increased my energy, which then reduced my anxiety and gave me clarity. I did have times where I thought I'd wake up and that all the symptoms were going to return, and it was all too good to be true, but that didn't happen. So it all just went away, and so I don't have any more brain fog, and the anxiety is pretty much gone. It's only when I have really bad days at work and the patient is cranky that I can feel a little bit of that going on. Since well, I don't know what else to say. I just
perfect.
know it's just an amazing product, and joining the business was really a no-brainer. I thought it would be selfish for me not to be able to share it, so that's why I joined the business.
Awesome.
It's really simple.
Thank you so much for sharing, and you've been through an awful lot in the past few years. Thank you so much for being open and for sharing all of that with us. We really do appreciate it, and hopefully it's going to help somebody else out there.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So as you've heard, there's so many different stories, and everybody has got a different journey. No two people are ever the same, and that's why we'll never make claims about what Juice Plus can do for you, because it is just fruits, vegetables and berries. But it is peak nutrition, which is exactly what our body needs. And that's why we've got such a wide variety. When your body is getting that nutrition it needs, it really can start to heal itself from the inside out. Our red blood cells are replaced every 4 months. And if you are giving your body that incredible nutrition, it really can start to heal itself. So what I'd like to do now is, as you've heard, there is a business behind these products. So that's what we all get very, very passionate about. We love helping people with their health. We love helping people feel amazing, but there is a business behind this. And we have some people who've decided to join our business. So Ben and Nora, can you guys take yourself off mute for me? And I will pop you on spotlight. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're so excited to have you come with us on our journey and to start this little side business of yours.
Yeah.
So when I met you guys, you explained how passionate you guys are about health and the journey that you guys have been on. So I know you guys have a big story, but could you just briefly share with us, how did this come into your life and why did Juice Plus make sense?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we started a journey in Australia in October. And while we were traveling, we had to look for some work. And we were also in the meantime working on our personal project, which is the reason why we landed in Australia. We actually both carrying autoimmune disease. And our project is really about another way to face this thing, which is autoimmune disease. And here, when we started traveling, we launched our project. We were looking in the meantime for work to continue the stay in Australia. And we were a bit facing a wall. And then suddenly a big opportunity came on our way, which is Jasmine, who introduced to Juice Plus and who told us about this really interesting product, which is just a capsule with a whole food nutrition, whole foods. And we were like, yeah, this makes sense. I mean, we were searching for alternatives treatments. We were already since a long time into that thing. And lots of research came out with the really powerful help of nutrition. So we were like, yeah, this is really amazing. It's something which sounds logical. And we heard testimonials as well. And we were really impressed, and we thought like, yeah, maybe we should give a try and then share it even through our project. And definitely Jasmine told us about also the business part. And this was also something really nice because we thought like, this is an opportunity on our way to make our project sustainable and share it like with the most people we encounter via either Just Plus or via our project. So we thought like, yeah, this is definitely something we have to try, or yeah, at least give it a try. And like, if it works, it's just amazing. So that's why.
Awesome. It's amazing how well it just fit in with what you guys were already up to, hey?
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Exciting. And so what are you guys excited for the future? Like, what are you hoping for?
So, I mean, Juice Plus came in our way, and we took the opportunity to include it into our project because we want to help people. And would be amazing if we just can continue what we're already doing, not only traveling and have fun and drown ourselves in the nature and have a lot of fun there, but also helping people with their health and to give like a sustainable approach to their nutrition, to implement them as well in the Juice Plus company, because it's not only about the capsules, it's also about a whole program behind it, like with exercises, with recipes, how to cook well. And for us, for the future, we hope that we can just continue, and that this opportunity will give us a chance to live from it and to continue to help other people.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing. We're so excited to have you joining us, and we know this is just the beginning. Like, this is a couple of weeks in and you guys are just starting to share this, and with your vision and your passion and your whole history of what's going on with you guys, I know that you guys are going to be an amazing fit, and I'm really excited to see what happens in the future. Thank you both for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, like I've mentioned, there's a business behind this, and you can see how excited everybody is to join this. Like, it's just so much fun, and there's no greater business than helping other people. But we do know when it comes to online businesses, there's a lot of skepticism about how it all works and what's going on. So what I'd like to do is now hand over to Mark. Mark is going to run us through one of the myths that some people often have when it comes to online businesses, and one of the things that people worry about. So Mark, could you take yourself off mute for me?
Yep, cool.
Good evening.
I was looking for the unmute button and it popped itself, and so I thought, oh, okay. But yeah, no, I'm good, Joe. How's yourself tonight?
Well, thank you.
Well, alrighty. As you were saying, there's myths and things in the business, and the biggest one, I guess, is, you know, with any MLM business, people don't associate MLM with nice things. They think straight away, oh, must be a pyramid, don't know about it. But the reality is that pyramid schemes and systems, whatever you want to call them, were all made illegal back in around the 70s. And this company's been around for nearly 50 years now, and 25 of those have been doing the Juice Plus system itself. So, you know, we'd all be in jail for sure by now. They would have caught up with us if we were doing anything illegal. So, you know, there's a good sign there that what we're doing is not illegal, even though some people still seem skeptical about it all. But I can draw a picture here with my board. Okay, around this way. It always gets me. Hang on, I'll just move the camera. Because, there we go, that's a bit better. This side, back to front, sideways things always tricks me up. Righto, so of course, there's a pyramid, triangle, whatever you want to call it. So, let me just show you how today's society works, for instance. Now, down here, you know, there's heaps of people working down here, whether it's the Woolies checkout people, the trolley collectors, you know, whether you're working for Harvey Norman, whatever, everyone starts down here at the bottom. Now, in some businesses, there's a few levels working up towards the top. And at the top here, you've got like the CEO or the owner of the business or any of organisation. The leader is up the top. Now down here, it's all a pretty cool working atmosphere. Everyone's friends and happy with each other. You know, these guys make sure that these guys are paid just a little. You know, even the Harvey Norman guys, they get a wage and a little bit of commission for what they're selling. And then, of course, the money that's left from there all makes its way up to the top, which, you know, to me that looks a bit more like a pyramid than what we're doing. But the other thing is all of these guys, you know, they want to get up to like floor manager or, you know, the head checkout chick that keeps an eye on everybody, or guy, of course, sorry, not trying to be sexist, you know. So these people end up fighting with each other more or less because someone will get picked to come up here and oversee people. And then these ones, you know, some of them might have been there for 10 years and this person's only been there for a couple of years. Well, this person might even be brought in from outside and never worked in this shop before. So these people aren't as happy with what this person is and don't like being told what to do. So, of course, you know, there's animosity and that slowly sort of builds up and you know, and these guys don't get on as well with these ones purely because they feel a bit disjointed or put out. You know, and as you work up to the top, like there's no way you're ever going to see this CEO dude sitting down with checkout people, having a coffee one day in the afternoon, just chatting about how the business and life and all that sort of stuff's going. So that's you know, that there is today's society, and that's just how it all works. But down here, our Juice Plus model, there we go. It'll be a bit wobbly, but I'll hold it up. Right, so our Juice Plus model is more like a open-ended rectangle. Now, it's very similar to MLM marketing and how that all sort of thing works for the people that are familiar with it. But why I love the Juice Plus model more so than other ones that I've seen is that you really, to get up here to the top positions, you've got to help other people rise up as well. So the whole community aspect is built on the structure of you help somebody if you want to get up higher. So you don't get this instance here where someone will get picked out and put up here and then everyone gets their nose out of joint, because down here it's like, well, we help you. So anyone that joins, whether you're a doctor or, you know, a trolley pusher or a checkout chick, it doesn't matter. Everyone starts down here the same, but you get help to rise up. And of course, then as you rise up through the ranks, you help other people rise up as well. Now, there's all promotion levels and that, of course, and you get bonuses and whatever as you move up and different commission levels. But up here is NMD, which is just the name for the top position. But even here, why it's an open rectangle is because even when you hit NMD, that may be the top position, but that's not the end of your business. Your business can still grow and prosper and move on from there. And, you know, I know this isn't an American one that we're in at the moment, but in America, once you get up here, you get free dental and all your health benefits and all that thrown in as well, which to those guys over there is massive because they don't have that sort of thing. You know, we're pretty lucky in Australia with how our system is. But the guys from overseas, that's one of the things that they always push and try to help people and get up to here so they get all those benefits as well, which, you know, as Joe was saying, how the company looks after the kids with their free products is just another example of how much our company and Juice Plus wants people to have better health and prosper through the business and in the world, just living better and having a better life. But yeah, that's about it, Joe, I think.
Thank you. That was such an awesome explanation. And yeah, I absolutely love it. It's so true. Our company does. It helps us out at every single step of the way, and they can't do enough to help us. And just the fact that our business model, is designed around helping people, as you said, the only way that you can get ahead in this is by helping other people, which means that we end up with such a beautiful community of people.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, Mark.
No worries.
Awesome. All right, now we're going to shoot on over to Kylie. Kylie's going to bust another myth for us, and one of the most common ones that we have. Hello.
Hello, how's everyone going tonight?
Good. Take it away. All yours.
So a lot of people look at these business and go, oh my God, I don't have very many Facebook friends. I've got 100 of them. I don't know very many people. And that's just rubbish. Like, we really need to understand that Facebook is amazing to connect with people. So I'll draw a little diagram here so you can understand. Joe was actually speaking to a friend of mine in a hairdresser, and Christy decided to join the business. So here's Joe here. She introduced it to Christy. Christy then spoke to me about it. I really liked it, could see the vision with it. So then I joined the business. And from here, I've added someone to the business. And Christy's added another person here. And you can see, just by talking to people, you continually to add more. So then Joe added people from ads that she's put up on Facebook and joined different groups. And as you can see, the more that you can double it, you can see the magic really starts to happen. So the more you can chat to people, it becomes this popcorn effect. So when I joined this company, I had about 200 friends. I've now got about 700 friends just in a few months, just by connecting with people. So if you're ever thinking that you don't have enough friends, it's a really cool way.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Kylie. And that is so true. I was like you. I had less than 100 Facebook friends when I started this, and now I have over 1,000. And, it's amazing that we have connected with so many beautiful people. And then it gets even better when we get to travel around the country together and meet each other and hang out. So thank you so much for sharing. All right. Now, let me see. Lisa was, there she is. She was having some Wi-Fi issues. So what I'd like to do now is shoot on over to Lisa, because it is fantastic to hear about all of, the business, the product, everything that's available. But, we all really need to know, how do we get paid? Because you can't really join a business unless you know it's going to be, profitable for you and going to be able to provide what it is that you're looking for. So Lisa is going to take us through exactly how we get paid. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, how you going?
Good. All yours.
Because I'm a little bit breaky-uppy today. I've got Wi-Fi and then it jumps off and dumps me, so I'll do my best.
No worries.
Putting my little school teacher hat on here with this big whiteboard. Anyway, so what I'm going to talk about today is how we get paid. And it's a fairly simple concept in that our biggest job is that, like everybody said, is we're a community, and we're about giving and caring, and almost like the paying it forward system. So for us, using the product, that's number one. For us, it's about talking about the product, and three, it's then about sharing our results with everybody. It's that simple, and I think that's our biggest thing is getting out of our JOB mentality of clocking on at 9 and finishing at 5, or being me sometimes when I'm used to start at 4 and finish at 4. So it's getting away from that idea, and once you get your head around that, it's a fantastic concept. It's completely different, and the money that we put in and the effort we put in, it's just phenomenal. So for a minimal startup cost of $165, which is our membership, that we don't pay up front anyway. We don't pay that until we get our first team member, and then we're away and running. So for $165, Juice Plus take care of pretty well absolutely everything for us. That we do the orders on our virtual office, which we get with our startup cost. Then Juice Plus take care of everything else. They package our goodies up and they send it off to our customers. They deal with the freight. They deal with chasing the money. They do all the hard stuff. So for us, we've got it pretty easy there. They do a top job there. From there, I should say that all the products are sent out from Newcastle. So I guess it doesn't matter where in Australia, but it's nice to know that the products are coming from within Australia. So the 3 ways we get paid, or how our pay is made up, I should say. And the first one is, and bear with me, can you see all that? Okay. So it is in retail, the retail profit. That is what we get from actually selling the product to our customers. Then we have a percentage or a commission. Just put a C there. And the final one we have there is a bonus. So the commission is it's based on our team's performance. So when we work hard and our team works hard, then our commissions become bigger. The retail, I think I've just mentioned that anyway, the risk of repeating myself, that's about our sell. That's about how many products we're able to sell. And finally, the bonus, that is, a bit wobbly there. Is it still okay? I think I'm breaking up again, guys.
You're okay. We can hear you.
Okay. It's all a little bit wobbly this end. It's like I've been drinking all afternoon or something. So bonuses. So the bonuses come when treat it like it's a reward. So the harder we work and the quicker we work to achieve our promotions is when we achieve those bonuses. So a little bit on the structure on as newbies. Us newbies all start as a VF, which is a virtual franchisee. And as we work through our ranks, at each different promotion is when we have the ability to get some bonuses along the way. So when we progress from a VF, a virtual franchisee, to a DVF, if we shoot there and really quickly split time in 10 days, just for working hard and networking and talking about the product and sharing the product, we get an extra $100. Pretty easy, straight up in our pocket, just like that. From there, if we're still head down and working hard and talking to loads of people, our next promotion comes along really, really quickly. And we achieve then an SDVF, which is a senior virtual franchisee. If we do that in really quick time of 40 days, we collect another bonus of $400. Not only do we collect the $400 bonus, but our teacher or our upline, they also receive $400. Because we're a sharing company, we're a sharing business, that we share everything. So for our teacher teaching us all the good ways of how to do the business, they get the bonus too. The next level from there is a sales coordinator or an SC. And from there, they get also the same deal. If they achieve that level, they get $600 and so does our trainer. $600. Good thing I didn't go to teaching college or something, didn't I? Because I think I'm going to run out of whiteboard here. After the SC, we've got a QNMD. Whoops. How do we go with that? And that one, you get a $1,500 bonus, and our teacher gets the same. Our final position, which is our pinnacle position, is an NMD, a National Marketing Director. And for that one, we get $3,000, which is a massive bonus. I can only imagine how many times or how many years it takes in our normal JOB to get a $3,000 bonus. Very, very unheard of. But anyway, we get $3,000, but this time our teacher doesn't get that because they're already at the not, for want of a better word, they're not at the top of the food chain, but they're already in a leadership position and they're already probably on an income of around $80,000 to $100,000 just as a starting salary. So they're doing really well for themselves and they're teaching all of us along the way. Is that Joe?
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Lisa. That was amazing.
No worries.
You did an awesome job. And it really does highlight the way that this business, it is a teaching business. You know, where it's the more people you help, the more you get helped yourself. And that's what leads to this incredible community of us all jumping in there and helping each other. So that's part of what we absolutely love. Now, let me just see. Jazz. Okay, she's there. All right. We're also very much a community of people who work from home around our family. So Jasmine is one of our beautiful mums who has joined us recently. She's actually the lady who introduced us, Ben and Nora, to the business. So what we're going to do is shoot on over to her and hear her story tonight. Can you take yourself off mute for me, Jazz? Hello?
Yep, can you hear me now?
Yes, all there.
Lovely.
Cool. So would you mind sharing with us, how did this come into your life and why did the business make sense to you?
Yeah, sure. So it's probably 4-ish months ago now. I was looking down the barrel of returning to work full-time with my two beautiful daughters. Wasn't sitting at all well with me, hadn't sat well with me at all since I actually went on maternity leave some 12 months before that. So I was, without a doubt, looking for other things, didn't really know where to look. I've worked in public service pretty much my whole life, JOB to the max, worked in a beautiful pyramid system the whole time. There was normally a very well-paid person at the top, dictating what everybody did down the bottom, and everybody just sucked it up. And that was basically what I was going back to. But that's all I knew. So once I saw an ad for a health coach, I was like, wonder what that's all about. So I actually did a degree in sport and exercise management many, many years ago. That's where my passion lies. That's where I started out and thought I'd end up, and I kind of ended up in some random other place. But it basically took me back to my roots, and I made a call and chatted to a person called Vicky, who you actually got to see tonight, talk about the product. She took me through what the business entailed. It fit in beautifully with everything that we were looking at. The products, I'll be honest, we were skeptical about. I spoke to my partner about it. We agreed that we'd give them a try, that we wouldn't join the business straight away. He agreed to actually try the products, so he'd keep me honest, basically. I didn't want to go into selling something that wasn't what I thought it was, and he was basically the person through that process that was keeping me, in check, I suppose, with that. So we didn't talk about the products for the first couple of weeks, and then I asked him, 2 weeks into it, how are you feeling? He said, absolutely amazing, and so was I. Our whole household had actually changed without us really knowing. We were so exhausted. We had two little ones, almost 3 and an almost 1-year-old. It was incredible. So we decided that, absolutely, let's give this business a go. We'd love to tell other people about them. So given that I had in all of my trainings known that social media is the way that the world is going, and here was I working in a place that had nothing to do with social media prior to this business, but that's the training that they'd put us through. All of a sudden everything made so much sense, and I was able to get stuck into something that was looking out for other people. I've been able to reconnect with so many people in my world, in my life, that I just hadn't in 20 years. So it's been a beautiful process for us, being able to reconnect with old friends and even some family that have sort of dropped off over the years. And excitingly, it basically changed the whole way that we were looking at the future. So prior to the business, I was going back to work full time. We were putting both the girls into care full time. I was going to be working 2 days a week for nothing. That was just going to be going straight into childcare. But we knew no different. That was just what was expected of us. So Nick was going to be working full time as well in a job that he was really unhappy in. So when we really looked at it, we said, well, what does the future look like if this is something that we're going to jump into? So he's actually left his job. I have taken another 12 months leave with the intention of not returning to work to build up the business, so I don't have to return to that job. He has taken on something completely different, and the vision that we are now really excited about is selfish in the big scheme of things, looking at actually travelling with our girls. So not even looking at work, it's sort of looking at all play and no work. So yeah, we hope to be on the road in a couple of years' time before our eldest goes to school, and totally doable. When I look at Jo cruising around in a caravan, Tasmania some of the time, other parts of Australia, the rest, it's a beautiful vision for us to work towards with our kids, and I know that we'll get there. So that's our story, Jo.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Jazz. And like, that's just amazing. How many mums out there are in the same situation? You know, you take maternity leave thinking that you're going to go back to work, and then you fall in love with this beautiful little person and you don't want to give them back up. And it doesn't make any sense whatsoever to have to go to work for 2 days out of a week just to pay for somebody else to care for that little person.
That's it, yeah.
And you know what? It's just that's why this business makes so much sense, to get out there and help people who are looking for more in life. So thank you very much for sharing, and thank you for then going on and sharing it with Ben and Nora, because now look at this. We now get this incredible community, and this is how it keeps growing. By
That's
you
awesome.
sharing with everybody, we get to, share this around the world. So that's our mission. And that's kind of the story behind Travel Tribe. Like, that's what people who are looking to escape the rat race, who are looking for more in life, and who know that life was meant for more. So if this has resonated with you in any way, please feel free. I know you're probably going to have questions. Please get those questions answered. Ask the questions. We love talking to people. We love explaining this more. So if there is any way, anything that you want to know, anything we can help with, please feel free. Get in touch. Ask your questions. And, we would love to have a chat with you and see if this could be something for you. Thank you so much for your time.